Hi, everyone. Kelly McClure back and full of spirit. Come on back. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming on Facebook Live Spirit Readings with Kelly McClure, Psychic Medium. So excited to be back. We're doing spirit readings tonight. So I am a psychic medium, which means I connect with people who've passed away, loved ones in spirit. And I do all kinds of different readings, but this is a really special one that we do. And so we're just going to chat for a second as people come on. What I want from you guys in order to help me connect with your spirit loved ones is just please give me a first name and maybe relationship, but no other information. The way spirit comes through for me is just I set an intention on who to connect with, and then they either show up or they don't. And hopefully they will. Your job is just to be as open and relaxed as possible. Yes, it's important that you want them to come through, but if you feel really, really desperate, you could actually block them out. So what I need for you to do is just have the intention that, you know what, it's okay if they don't, but yes, I want them to. And just try to let go of that sense of desperation. The reason that we feel desperate sometimes is because we're grieving so much that we think the only way we're going to feel better is if our loved one comes through. And they just can't heal that for you because it's not about them coming back for you. It's not the same as having them back. It's just a connection. So if you're really just wanting them back is the only way that you're going to feel better, they can't fulfill that. But they can ease the suffering in a way that says you accept their passing, but you just really want to hear from them and you just would really want to know that they're okay. And maybe you have a question for them or something like that. And I hope that you get that. My intention or my wish would be that I could get everyone a reading. Obviously, we can't do that. Just know that whoever is supposed to get a reading today will. And if you don't get a reading, please consider booking one. We do offer a money back guarantee and we'll offer a really, really cool discount at the end of this. So if you need to book privately, that's great. I only need to know the first name and the relationship in order to connect with them. So don't tell me too much information. Obviously, I won't get to everybody. And this is all up to spirit who comes through. So you don't have to incessantly ask over and over. You can ask once or twice, but please don't like fill the feed up with requests because it's not, again, that's the vibration of desperation and that usually blocks me out anyway. So again, this is at random. We're spinning the wheel. We're just letting spirit choose. I can't really feed or watch the feed anyway, so it's just random. Okay.
Ignore the scammers.
Okay. I was like, ignore that. That word looked really weird to me because I don't have my glasses on. But ignore the scammers. So people will pop on and they'll try to capture your business because I haven't given you a reading. Legit mediums won't do that. They won't try to piggyback on somebody else's work. So just ignore those people. Also, just to know if you ever get a message from who you think might be me, check the spelling very, very carefully. A scammer only has to create a new Facebook page by changing one little letter or whatever. I will not friend you from my business page. I can't even do that. I might invite you to join, but I cannot friend you. So if you're getting requests as a friendship from a Facebook page that claims to be me, it is not me. I will also not require you to register on anything or pay ahead of time. I guarantee my work. You don't even have to pay till after your reading. Okay, so ignore the scammers. Let them go. They are just fear-based people not believing they can create their own income. Okay, you guys.
Another thing, can you, if their name is popped up on the screen, remember to remind them to let us know that they are watching. They are
really good point. So I have my manager here on my phone just kind of helping us along. She's going to be monitoring the feed. if we do choose you and I mention your name and who you're looking for, if you could come up immediately and say, yes, you're still on. And if we don't catch it the first time, say it a couple times just to know that you're still there, because I don't want to go off into a reading for somebody who's already gone. Again, it's at random. And I have no choice about who comes through. This is all up to spirit. But let us know you're still here. And if you do acknowledge something or validate something that makes sense for you, please tell us specifically what you're validating. If I'm doing a reading, I'm like, yeah, he has gray hair, he's got a blue jacket on, he's a little, he drives a pickup truck. And then you go, yes, yes, yes. We don't know what you're validating. Yes, he has gray hair. Yes, he has a blue suit. Yes, he drives a pickup. That is going to be a lot more helpful, not only to us, but to everybody else who's watching. Everybody else who doesn't get a reading wants to at least know that the readings are real. So please be specific about what you're validating. Okay.
And remind they have a discount at the end.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to stay to the end. I have a discount code for you, and it's a good discount this time. So please stay, and we'll give you a discount. Okay, let's go. Let's see who's first. Okay, so Cheryl wants to hear from her husband, Tom. Okay. I paid so much attention to the screen that I have to now block that out. And over here, as I pick on Tom, who I hope is Tom, men in spirit have three different shapes. They're either the triangle, the circle, or the pillar. And he seems more like that, but kind of with a barrel chest and a great smile. Sometimes facial hair, sometimes not. Light in color. He is a white guy. I think he's got really beautiful eyes, though. And I think he would laugh about that. Like, I'm not really sure that he seems to think that, but I think that. He's showing me his watch, like timing was weird. The way that he taps on it isn't just showing the watch, it's indicating time. So when they do that, then there might be something significant about the time that he passed. Like maybe it's the same time he's born or same time as something else. And I'm seeing the number 7 with that. Okay, go on. And I'm also seeing the number 3. I think this has to do with the number of children. So either he's one of 3 or has 3. He didn't expect to pass. I think he's kind of young. He doesn't look very old to me. He's got jeans on. He's pulling up a chair and sitting down, but initially he was standing up. One of the kids seemed to have either the same name or look just like him or something like he's equating to them. Got it. There is a trust fund or a bank account or a safety deposit box that I think he's bringing you to that should be completely yours. So if somebody's trying to maybe claim something or don't worry about it, you're going to fully get this. And the most important thing that I think he's saying is you are the love of his life. So if you can validate any of those, we can give more. He's sitting down now and he's bringing forth well, this is weird, a very short bouquet of flowers. Looks to me like a little planter or garden of something of different colors. Huh. Sometimes I think that might be an indication of like if flowers were sent or maybe it's not flower, maybe it's like edible arrangements or something, but it's kind of short and he's laughing about that. Okay, so let us know, Cheryl, if you're still on, if this makes sense to you.
She said that he was born in July. He is one of 3. He has 2 brothers. My son, I don't really know what that was. And then she also said, he could be talking about our son who looks like him. That's
yeah, one of the children has a semblance, either the same name or looks like him. Okay, he's. I don't think he believed that this would happen. This is really funny about him, about Tom, because up until now, he was cool as a cucumber, but as soon as all this came through and then we validated, he got really excited. So he kind of jumped up and down a little bit. So I think he would only do that, like let's say he was watching a certain game or sports game or something, got really excited, but he got kind of excited about that. He also says that he literally verbatim, I am around, I'm the one who does the lights. And I hear your prayer. I hear you talking to him, to me. So when you talk to him in your mind, just know that he does hear you. And if you're wondering if the lights were flickering, if that would be him around. One more thing. Do you know anything about a red blanket or sweater or something that's super soft that you pull in bed with you that comforts you or comforts one of the kids or something like that? I think it's red or light pink light red or pink. He's pulling it in and it smells like him. He's okay. He loves you. He loves the kids. He's one of 3. There's something cool and special about him in that has to do with coins. I'm not really sure why. Okay. So love, Cheryl from Tom. Okay. Hi, Bonnie. George is a dear friend of yours. Let's see if he comes through. Come on, George. So the way that I'm picking up this man, I am seeing a white guy. He does look like he has an oval shaped face. He has either goatee or some kind of facial hair that's subtle. Really beautiful eyes, super great harder chest. So that might have to do with the energy that he's coming through or past with. Let me know, Bonnie, if you're still on. Anything that comes through that makes sense, let me know specifically if that is, but I am feeling like also there's a mark here on the right side of the head. And again, I think that it looks smooth to me. So that could be a scar, tattoo, or something on the right side of the head. Go on, George. He does show me a car, not necessarily maybe how he passed, but something that was important to him or significant in some way. So it could be like a sports car, a hot rod, or something classic car. Little energy in my chest, but more have to do with breathing. Like I just feel pressure here. And also the number 2 in that you might have 2 kids, Bonnie. Okay, let me know if you're still on, if that makes sense. He did. Pardon me?
She is on.
Did she?
Yeah, hang on. I just
one of the other things.
Go ahead.
Well, one of the other things I saw was that he just pulled out my deck of cards. I have 2 decks now. I have this deck and this deck that I use, and I wasn't planning on pulling them out. I'm just having them here, and he pulled one out. So there might be something with the card deck or a card game.
She said, yes, he had a goatee. Yes. Is this the same person? Yes, 2 boys. And that's all I have so far. Okay. So
he likes the cards. He's pulling a deck out. That might be that he liked to go to the casino or it represents something. I feel like he has a super loving heart and he cares so much about, wow. Hold on one moment. I'm going to gather a little bit of information from him, from Spirit, about his relationship with people, because as much as
he said he loves Vegas.
Got it.
Maybe that's the card.
That's the card thing. That's it. As much as he loved people, I think if he fully demonstrated his heart, it would hurt him, because he acknowledges that people can be very hurtful to each other, and that hurt him. Like it's not cool, and it's not okay with him. And so I think he was kind and good to people, but sometimes when people are upset or hurt or angry or sad, that they can be hurtful. And gosh, Bonnie, I think that he would be protective of his friends who were getting hurt by other people who are not as compassionate or as sensitive. And he's kind of putting a white light on you, that he just really wants to help protect you and your family and your close ones from getting hurt by somebody. So I kind of feel like he's saying to you, like, do not let people mess with you in a way that's not fair or right. And that he would, if you ask for his help, he will come in. Just remember that he also showed me a classic rock song to me that sounds like something super classic, like Led Zeppelin or AC/DC or something super classic, even though I don't think he's that old. But he's shown me something about that. So if you hear a strange, like out of the blue classic rock song at the time that you need support and love, that would be him trying to really give you the strength to, make sure you're setting your boundaries and not letting people mess with you, being empowered. Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Stephanie would like to hear from her grandmother, Karen. Okay. Karen is grandma. Okay, Stephanie. Oh, I hope this is your grandma. What I'm seeing is that on the edge of bed, I see a woman sitting. She doesn't look very old, though, so that's the confusing part. As soon as I hear the word grandma, I'm thinking I'm supposed to look for an old woman. She doesn't look that old. She looks maybe in her 60s or middle age or something. She has, and very, very cute, not very big, sitting on the edge of the bed, playing music, wearing jeans, very cool haircut. Let me know if this sounds like your grandmother. Can't imagine that someone that cool looking, but she is showing me a necklace thing, and she's taking it off and giving it to you. She's got a little bit of energy in the head, so that could indicate with maybe what she was going through or how she passed. She's telling me that she tried to bring 2 kids to you, or that maybe you tried to have 2 kids, or something happened with 2. But there's a healing process taking place, and that and a lot of chocolate going on. I don't know why she's showing me chocolate, but chocolate fudge, hot chocolate, chocolate candies. So let me know if this makes any sense too. Also, you guys, if we get to come to you, you might have requested earlier on and it didn't come till now, but Stephanie, let me know if you're still here and if that makes sense.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay.
So there must be a delay because she just posted, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, there might be a little delay with the feedback, you guys, but bear with us. Go on.
She said yes. She's like, Valentine's Day, she always bought us chocolates.
Okay.
And she loves sweets.
So I gotta tell you, I think that she's kissing you on the side of the head and saying that whatever you're trying to do, or you think you're not doing good enough, maybe you're in a bit of depression, maybe you've not even thought that depression might be affecting you, or grief might be affecting you, and now you're telling yourself, oh, I should be doing so much more, or getting up earlier, or blah, blah, blah. And she's like, man, you realize that you need some healing and some outreach with people. She's trying to bring in people. So I know that we've all had to sort of isolate because of COVID, but in your special case, she's showing me that if you could just bring in the right people and give yourself a break. She loves you. She's proud of you. I think she thinks that you are much harder on yourself than you should be. And
she said, yes, I'm a stress case.
Ask for help. Give yourself a break. She will be there for you. She's sitting right on the edge of your bed. She looks so super calm. Like, she's not in your face, like going, do this, do that. Like, that's not at all how I'm seeing her. She just shows up as a calm, loving force in your life. that wants to let you know and validate who you are and where you're at in your life, and kind of forgive yourself for being where you're at and then move on, but be okay where you're at. She's great. And I don't know who the two kids are, if you're one of two or if there's two kids coming, but she's blessing the two kids. I like her. And as soon as I heard the name, I'm like, we hear so much on social media about Karen. She's like, I'm no Karen. Actually, that's not true. She's like, her name is Karen, and if somebody needs a rashing, she'll give it, but mostly she's cool, calm, collected, and loving. Okay. All right. Joan wants to know. Oh, son Riley. Okay, Joan. Son Riley. So, gosh, I hope this is him. I expected someone really, really young, but he looks more, oh, maybe this is him. Throat, chest. Yes, I thought I was going to have some congestion or weird stuff going on, but I expected someone like more 2 or 3, and he more looks a little bit older than that, like 8 or 9. He's got longish sandy blonde hair, and he's got something going on with the throat or chest. I also feel like I've been hit in the back a little bit. Right. I think he loves stories, singing and talking to, mostly talking to like stories.
She says he was 25.
25. Did he tell stories? Did he sing songs? Did he get hit in the back? I'm feeling mostly the chest and lungs. 25. Let me see. Riley. I just feel like I've been hit in the chest. Let me know if that makes sense to you. And if you either...
Oh, she said fentanyl.
So that's a drug, like a drug over...
Huh?
A drug
that's really
overdose. All I know is I can't breathe well. And it's really hard. Really hits right in the middle of the chest. Come on, Riley. Yeah, this is weird about the age of the young man that I'm seeing. Doesn't look 25. So...
known of another child?
Yeah, like maybe he has children or is... Speaking of a child, I also got a little bit of energy in the right side of my head. I'm hearing the number 3 is March or a third of a month. And other than the pressure or pain in my chest of not being able to breathe, I'm not sure this fits with him. So, yeah, I'm getting a younger male. I am so sorry, John. I'm not sure I'm connecting with Riley. I think this is a younger male. Like, maybe he passed when he was like 9 or 10, 8 or 9. He could be that age now, but that's not what I'm feeling. So, no, I don't think I'm connecting with Riley. And with the number 3, I feel like he has one of 3 kids or has 3 kids. So let me know if that makes any sense to you. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and move on. If it, hopefully he'll come through. All right, let's see. Okay. Vanessa says her brother Xavier. Okay. I'm a little bit stuck on this guy. Xavier. Huh. So, I hope this is him. There's a male figure coming through in front of me, completely different energy, high energy, really fast moving. He's kind of throwing things at me, not like things in a violent way, but just energy, talking fast. God, Xavier. He looks like a young adult. There is something going on with his knees, so I feel like, but I don't feel like that's an injury or has anything to do with how he passed. I feel like that's like an early childhood thing that's bothered him forever, mostly the right. He looks to be maybe 5'9", 5'10". He looks kind of young, and he's throwing things at me. The only thing I can think of why he's doing that is if something hit him or if something came at him. So, Vanessa, let me know if you're still here, and let me know if he died in a very abrupt or violent way in which something came at him. Because here's why. I'm not feeling something specific in my body, but the way he's standing and throwing things at me, I feel like he was standing and something might have come at him. Maybe he was hit or killed in that way. But he doesn't look very old. Men in spirit, again, they look either they're like triangles, circle, or pillar, and he looks like he's fairly young. Oh, he shows me the number 2. That could be one of 2 or has 2. But he's giving me kind of the peace sign of 2. He showed me a dark blue shirt over a white shirt. And my whole neck and shoulder hurt right now. Okay, let me know if you're still here. And
I don't see her on here.
Okay. Ouch. And I got a little bit of weird energy here in my right arm and my elbow that hurt really bad, really quick. And he's kind of, he's giving the peace sign or the kiss sign or something. All right. So come back on if you're on. Let us know. We'll go back to him, but he's standing a little bit further away. He's just showing me like something came at him or hit him.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Someone just said, okay, hang on a second.
Okay. Hold on, guys.
Someone just said, someone else is talking for her.
Oh.
But I gotta find who that is.
So someone's talking for Vanessa.
Okay, here we go. He is young. She says he is 36. She says his knees from baseball. Oh, she is, yeah. So she's on her friends and recording on hers or something.
Okay. So what I'm hearing.
They're here.
Okay. So they're here, and then he's acknowledging he's about 36 years old. His knees were weak from playing baseball younger. That makes sense to me. I feel like he was hit or killed or something happened suddenly. I do feel like he's going like, I'm fine. The way he shows me the peace sign is don't worry about it. He does try to come in, and I think he's either one of 2 or has 2 kids or younger, or you have 2 kids left behind, that he tries to come in and help. He's showing white light around them. He's showing me making crafts and things that have to do with maybe this past Christmas, making stars or something like that. There is an element of, well, I don't think he killed himself, because the way that I felt the energy coming at him felt from outside of him. But he is, there is an element of, I'm sorry that I'm gone or I left. So some regret there. But I also think that you and your sister's cousin, whoever else this is fantastic mom, and that he's confident that left in his wake are people who are going to be able to be okay and do good. I still think there's an element of I'm sorry. I'm not really sure why, because I don't feel like
he overdosed.
Oh, that's why. He overdosed, so it's not an intentional suicide, but it is, and I'm taking responsibility. I'm sorry about this. Okay. One of the good things that I think that he can offer is that there is a lot of energy and spirit that they can do. So just because people are gone doesn't mean they can't help you. And so when you ask for help, I think he's in a space where he can do that. Got it. And he tells me that he's taken ownership of this, and that's all it really, matters when people take responsibility for their actions, even in spirit, even if it wasn't intentional. That gives them the power to then, step up and be there for others. So sorry for your loss and the fact that you were left with, the burden of all of this, but complete confidence in your strength. Okay. Thank you. Deborah asked for your bandmate, and Bessie just died of COVID. Ugh, damn. Okay. So your bandmate, and I don't have a first name, but I'll just ask about that. So one of the things that this is a new one for me to ask for a bandmate. And I'm kind of going around what I think would be band members, and what I'm feeling is drums. So let me know if your band member play drums or bass. So it's doo-doo. It's a lower level energy, heavy, deep energy. I don't feel the COVID thing yet. Hold on. So maybe that lower level energy, but I'm also hearing words. And to me, that means lyrics. So they might have had something to do with, creating lyrics. I think you're probably very, very talented in poetry or something that has to do with creation and lyrics. I don't think that they were the front runner, because I think that you're more meant to be. I do feel the energy in my chest. So yeah, I think that's a male figure who was in the deeper vibration. So Deborah, let me know if you're still on and if that makes sense to you. And when the more and more that I talk to people who passed from COVID, there are different things that happen. One is that I feel like I have a cold. This one is more like a deeper, maybe byproduct of it in the lungs. Like maybe it wasn't fully known or thought of that in the beginning. And do they have two children, or are they one of two? Oh, because they seem to be, now I feel like I got hit in the head. But so there's a head issue having to do with two other people, like two children, or I feel like another female figure with a head issue, not related to COVID, maybe more like dementia or Alzheimer's, something also that might have to do with you. So, and that they're kind of in cahoots with, like, okay, we're here together, we're taking care of each other and helping each other. So has Deborah come back on?
Hang on. No, I haven't seen her.
So again, you guys, it's important if I have the opportunity to come to you, which is rare for how many people we get to have on, please let us know that you're here and if it makes sense to you. Deborah, if that makes sense to you, if you have a woman in spirit who's had any kind of Alzheimer's or dementia in conjunction with this bandmate, please let us know.
Hang on, let me look really quick again.
Okay. And also, you guys, I apologize. There is a delay. My manager's in upstate Idaho at a beautiful location in the snowy mountains, and she's doing the best she can to keep up with the pace of the.
I don't see Deborah.
Okay, Deborah, we'll come back to you if you're on. Let's go on to the next.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me.
And again, you guys, I have no control over who comes through. I can't really even keep up with the feed. We're just spinning the wheel and bringing you through. Let us know if you're still on, because we might grab somebody who came on 20 minutes ago and hoping that you guys will stay on to the end. It'll be worth it if you do, because you're going to get a great discount code. So stay on anyway. But then when we come through with people, your loved ones are still hanging around and you might have clicked off. So please don't click off. Stay on. I just want to share like a little tidbit of some of the things that happen for me when I am connecting with spirit. I'm so glad that I'm able to kind of control it a little bit more. And control is a bad word. I mean, create the reality that I want with spirit, which means I can kind of tune them out. So those of you out there who might be like extra gifted, or you think you have ADD or ADHD and you have a hard time like controlling life or focusing on certain things, you actually might be connecting with tons of different dimensions. And one of the ways that you can think about it is that it's similar as if you're in a crowded restaurant, you're having a conversation with a person you're sitting across from, but if the people next to you are making a lot of noise, you might be distracted by them. Or if you pay attention to the table next door, you'll finally be able to pick up their conversation. So the thing you need to do is tune them out and focus on the person you're with. Alternately, you can tune them in and you can hear them. So don't think of it as that you're broken. Think of it as that you're tuning into many, many dimensions, and you can learn to kind of do it. Okay. Amanda's like her grandpa Eric. Okay.
I haven't seen her jump on yet.
So Amanda, let me know if you're on. We'll keep her on the background. Who else?
Okay.
Angela wants to hear about her husband, Chris. Okay. Angela, let me know if you're here. Amanda, if you want to hear from Eric. Okay.
Okay. Amanda just jumped on. Okay. So we'll go back to Amanda.
Let's go back to Amanda. And Eric was who to her?
Shoot.
Her brother? Forget. Okay. Well, let me just ask.
Okay, go ahead and do Angela, and I'll look for Amanda again.
Okay. So, Angela, we're going to look for your husband, Chris. I hear a lot of coughing. Come on, Chris. So, but I also see performing. So, and a lot of black and white, like a lot of black and white clothing and performing, and a lower back issue. Not so much that would bother him now, but maybe earlier then. Oh my gosh. And then he's showing me that you are absolutely gorgeous. You've taken good care of yourself. And he's showing me that you have either one or two people or children that are coming off of you or looking exactly like you. This is interesting because the way he shows me this or shows me what's going on with you is in the lower abdomen, like candles coming off. So if you're lighting candles as a vigil for somebody or something like that, that might make sense. Okay. He shows me 3 or March or the 3rd of a month. He loves to dance. Like, were you guys hoping to take dance lessons or just starting dance? Because he's showing me dance. I think that he would have been willing to give up his whole family for you, although I don't think that's necessary. I just think he's saying maybe there was something going on where he wants you to know that he supports you above them, something like that. Is she on?
Yeah, she's on. Yeah, 2 kids. Yeah, keep going. She's on.
I see that she says something about LOL no. So I think that has to do with the dance. Okay. But I'm going to further that and to ask about the family thing. So as if it's okay for you to distance yourself from certain family members if they this is really funny when she says LOL, because I think he had a certain super great humor as well. So even though she's telling me no,
she said yes on the dance, he would not.
Oh, okay, got it. So, I think that you can assume that if you want to pursue that, he would be there with you. Oh, he shows me something under your head at night, like a pillow that is his or smells like him, or is a blanket or something that was his. Because I feel like when you lay your head down, okay, there's so much I want to say about this. Number one, he wants to acknowledge that you sense him or feel him around, that you're keeping him around um, with what you're doing in your environment, and that eventually, like right now, that's great. That's what you should be doing, and it honors him, and it helps him let you know that he is around. But as you need to move on at your own pace, let those things go. This is where my job becomes difficult because people in spirit know that we need to move on in life and that life is short. So we don't often feel on a soul level that we're ready to move on. And yet our spirit says, but you should, because not that you should, it's a wrong phrase, that you will need to eventually because your years here are shorter than in spirit. And so they get to hang on to you and we have to move on and blah, blah, blah. But when you finally go to spirit, you'll seem and it'll feel just like a minute. But whatever you need to do in the meantime to have the experience of actual life and moving on, you should do. He also says that in the way that I feel like has a uh, like a poem or a little black box with stuff in it that means something like a poem. I have no idea what that means, but he participates in that. Okay. Angela, Chris loves you, and someday you'll have to go on, and he'll be there in spirit when you finally go. And you guys, I really want you to know this as a principle. So many people ask you this when you're married and lose a loved one, or when you're in a relationship with somebody you feel like is your soulmate and you lose them. What happens if you go on and meet somebody else and then die and go to spirit? I'm telling you, in spirit, there is no conflict in love. You are allowed to love more than one person, and they will not in any way judge or jeopardize that. When you finally make your way there, don't worry about that. It's going to smooth out and work out in the best way possible for all involved, the highest good. So there's no conflict of love and spirit. Go ahead and move on at the pace and time that's right for you. Okay, go on. So Robert wants to know about his Uncle Charlie. Okay. Charlie. Even though I don't think that Charlie is super old, I feel like he has an old time feeling about him. Like a lot of traditional feeling about him, traditional about family, traditional about music. Come on, Charlie. He probably passed from something simple. I'm not feeling anything in my body, to be honest, Robert, but I feel like he probably passed with something very explainable, like a heart issue or a heart attack or something like that. But his personality is like, I'm going to get them before they get me. But in just he's a sweetheart. So I'm seeing this male figure on the right of me too. And he's got this white cap. He's offering that. He's both very traditional and also very unconventional. He seems to be offering to people things like it's really hard to explain, but things that would have to do with like lots of traditional things like letters. And I'm wondering if you were to, if he's wanted to, because he also talks about the two young ones. to him, that's the world to him, like the two little ones. Got it. He doesn't really care what happened to him. Kind of think like might be a hard issue. Is Robert still on?
And then we forgot about Amanda.
Okay, Amanda, I'm going to come back to you. Robert, let us know if you're still on. And Amanda was with Eric. Is that?
And it was her grandfather.
Okay.
So let me go back in.
Thank you.
I don't see.
You guys have to stick around and let us know if you're on, because when these people come through.
Robert is on. So Robert said I wasn't listening, so I don't know what you said, but
okay.
He passed from diabetes. He was always caring, sweet man, loved family.
Family.
He loved music, diabetes.
I'm wondering if he loved old-timey music. Like,
yeah, he just said he would listen to oldies on Sunday.
Yeah, that's him. Okay, great. All right. So I'll come back to Amanda and Eric in a moment, but please let me finish with Charlie, because he's right here and he's super acute, like super in my presence right now. He just wants to tell you something really, really important, Robert. I feel like he's taking your shoulders and pushing you forward, like go and do it. So whatever it is you're thinking about trying for, he goes, listen. He gets that you would have every reason to doubt or wonder whether or not you could do this. And not because your mom, didn't love you enough, because I feel like she's great and whatever. But I feel like he's like, there are a lot of reasons you might not have felt like you can truly follow the dream of your choice. Maybe you felt responsible for others, and maybe you had to give up a lot, but he's like grabbing your shoulders and pushing you forward. And he's like telling you, go do it. You can do your dream. He will help you, whatever you need. If you need finances, if you need direction, if you need help from others, it's going to happen. But I feel like he's pushing you into something that you want, not that he wants, but that you want. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to Amanda and Eric. It's Eric, so right?
I found her thing.
Okay.
There we go.
Her grandpa Eric. Okay. I'm so glad you came back on. This is a really different vibration than what I was just talking. Very calm man, very sweet man, very like one of the things that I feel like he's saying is that it's something that he would always say, like, but very calm. This is very weird. Hold on one sec. I'm wondering if you had a very weird experience with being inland or on a property that might have been his, or a family property that had a out in the grass area, a low I'm kind of hoping it's not like a coffin or a graveyard, but something low and dug out, because that's what he's showing me. And he's showing me like he was buried somewhere on property, and not in a graveyard, but on property. I also feel a little bit of energy in my chest. So Amanda, let me know if your grandpa Eric had, and he also is showing me tons of dollar signs on a flag. So if you've recently come into money or made a bunch of money, or he gave you money, a lot of energy in the chest, a lot of congestion, difficulty breathing. And do you have family land or property? Has she come back on to say any of that?
People are commenting that they're seeing orbs watching you.
Really? I'm in a very like clean, there's no dust. I haven't been paying attention, but that's interesting.
I haven't either, because I'm watching the feed.
There's nothing like, I'm shaking the curtain. There's nothing that should create orbs here at all. Like nothing.
But spirit.
Yeah. Spirit. So I wonder if Amanda and
Okay, so the thing I have so far is he died of a heart attack.
yeah.
Okay, hang on. That's all I have so far.
Was he buried on a family plot? Is there a family plot on land rather than a cemetery? And the man that I'm seeing that's standing next to me has a blue shirt or overalls or blue and blue jeans on. And it feels like land is important. Land is home. Land is, and possibly that went away and he feels bad about that, or bad that you didn't get that. Although I feel like your future he's talking about is, you know, she's not buried on a family plot. Cremated. I saw that. No, that's so thank you for replying. What do you have, a family plot, or do you have land in the family? Or land that was lost, because I feel like he feels bad about that. But he also feels good about a little girl coming in. So do you have a daughter, a baby, little girl? Because he feels good about the little girl coming in. Okay. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll see where we're at.
Sorry, 7:20? Jesus.
I know, it's so fast.
Tell a little story.
A little story. Okay. Well, I will tell you.
It makes out an orb like by your chest and then also behind you. Oh, okay. Amanda said, I'm not sure about family plot or lot. His wife and other daughters are estranged from us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't confirm or clarify anything that I've seen about him, other than I feel like he's blessing and I still feel like there's family country plot. But anyway, with you, Amanda, I feel like there are two like little spirits around you. So either one has come in or one is coming in, and they're children. So let me know if you have two or if you're planning on having children. Yeah. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to give you some announcements and your code, and then we'll do a couple more. And then I know it's already 7:22. I'm having.
Wait.
What?
She said my sister is pregnant with a girl and is due next month.
Yay! So Amanda, your grandfather is helping this little girl come in, but there's another one coming in behind her.
And she said my husband and I are trying for another baby.
You're gonna have a baby. You're gonna have a baby. All right. So your sister's having one. You're having one right next to her. I promise you, if you look and see if there's a family plot somewhere, maybe you guys don't have to be buried there, but there is somewhere there. And you're gonna have a little baby right after your sister. So coming very soon. Told you I'm always right about the babies. Always right about that. I love babies. Okay, you guys, listen. Thank you for staying with us. You're going to get a 15% off coupon on all personal services. So as you book, please put in the code FB, which stands for Facebook Live. Or actually, it's FBL. And then, no, let me just show you.
Well, just show them the picture.
FB Live 0119. Now, it expires on Monday. That means you have to book by Monday. It doesn't mean you have to get your reading by Monday. So did that make sense? 15% off. FB LIVE 0119. Expires on Monday.
If they don't get it, they can just message us.
Yeah, just message. We'll get it to you. Oh my God. This has been so super fun. Okay, let's do one or two more real quick.
Okay. All right.
So, Velda, your son, Justin. Okay. This feels younger, feels less than 20. Feels sad to say that he might have not listened to mom, or doesn't feel self-inflicted necessarily, other than not listening to mom. Little bit of trouble breathing, cute young energy, smooth skin, small frame. If you know anything about the number 5 or 5th of a month, or a star, which has 5 points, which is shown me again and again. I don't know if you're like moving on a new phase of your life, or looking for someone new, or with someone new, or transitioning to something that you feel guilty about, but I feel like there has to be a let go of burden. There's a lot of energy in the lower legs, like maybe he was running, jumping, like tons of energy in the lower legs, which I still feel good about. Also, the number 5, maybe May or 5th of month. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Velda, and if he was a runner or something with the legs. But also, I think he's been trying to show you signs about something about that. Like, okay. And so the stars might have to do with anything that has to do with the holidays or recent signs, because just show me that again. So like, ornaments or lights or something like that. And he keeps shouting, like, I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. Even though I think he might have been grown and a man, I feel like the thought is, there are certain people that are maybe very sensitive on a soul level, and maybe even if they do make it into the physical world and get grown up, they can't quite continue. And so I feel like he's talking about how I just can't quite fit in here or continue here, and it's not your fault. It's nothing you could have done. He wants you to have no burden or responsibility for his passing at all. Loves you so much. He does say he'll give you more signs with the freaking star. So I don't know. I don't have time to get to everybody. I do like to go in after and read the comments, and I love you guys so much. And
okay, I gotta tell you, can we do one more? Because my feed just freaked out and it landed on this one person.
Okay.
So I feel like I have to do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So Bessie Grandma, I really need support in what I'm going through with her daughter, your mom. Okay, Michelle. And your grandma's name is Bessie. So hold on one second. Okay. And I do trust spirit when something freaks out and brings us to something.
It was so weird what just happened.
So you guys trust this, Michelle. I will. Well, here's the thing about this. The minute that my manager showed me this, I feel right behind me your grandmother Bessie, and she's getting my attention. She's touching my hair all over the place. I also feel a lot of energy in my breasts and lung. I also feel like I have bigger breasts than I should, so that might have to do with her, but also more energy in the breasts and lung. There's something to do. Okay, so I know that you said you're going through a lot, but also did like your car have something stupid come up with a stupid like carburetor issue or something that shouldn't have happened? Get a little bit of energy in my right arm, and it's very, very tender right here. And I think she's standing behind me, and I think that she's showing me, got it, like everything about her is a little bit too much for who she should be, like a tiny little one with big earrings, or tiny little one with big breasts, or tiny little with big hair, something like that. Not so much of the hair, but she tried to keep everything smooth. Her face looks smooth. She's reaching her hands around you. She's touching your hair. I don't know if you just lost a young male, but she's grabbing this little one up, or a young one up. And then I feel like there's two other things that have to do with somebody that you love who's also lost somebody. Let me know if that makes sense. And one of the things that she keeps yelling at me behind my head is ask for help. You guys, I mean, we all need help. I just finally, like, I do this occasionally when I'm in my own stuff, as I go back to therapy, and I just got another one the other day. She's fabulous. So she's probably telling you, like, reach out to therapy. Okay. I do feel like I have a drowning feeling, but I don't think that's necessarily her or this other person that I've seen in spirit. It might have to do with you, but I feel like I'm underwater. Also, if there's the number 4 that is attached to that, so that's either April or 4th month. So Michelle, like, look up these services, follow through on them. She is putting a lot of touching my shoulders, putting a hand through my lungs, which I think have to do with the lung issue, just to confirm.
Right now you're cutting out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're cutting out.
That's weird. That's weird. Okay, you guys, I love you. Here's the code again. Please book. All my work is guaranteed. Even if you book on a code, if we don't, get your answers, connect with your loved ones, you don't have to pay. And I'm part of the time in California. I'm going back to Idaho soon, and I love you guys. And Monday night, which is what the date?
The 24th.
4th.
You're at Finch.
I'm at Finch. I'm doing a seminar, which I will do like readings for people. I'm going to try to go ahead and go back through the feed and read your comments. I can't get to everybody, but I appreciate you being here. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me and supporting Spirit. So have a good night. Good night.